Meridian, Idaho. This is the number one place that people regret not relocating to when moving to Boise, Idaho. Typically, once someone has relocated here, they find themselves doing most of their life living in Meridian, Idaho, so they wished that they had bought a home here. In this video, I'm going to run through some of the pros and cons of relocating to Meridian, Idaho to help you decide whether or not Meridian, Idaho should be at the top of your list when relocating to Boise, Idaho. Let's start with a con. I'd say the number one con of Meridian, Idaho, and this is not a trick, I really mean this from the bottom of my heart, is its reputation. Meridian, Idaho has this reputation from outsiders as just another typical suburb overrun by people from California and inundated with HOAs. And while all of that is 100% true, it does not mean what you believe it means or what it means in other places. Yes, it is full of people who have relocated from California, but as someone who has relocated hundreds of families to Idaho from California, I can say with certainty and confidence that in general, the people who have relocated here from California have the exact same values and beliefs that you have, and that they are maintaining the exact reasons why you want to relocate to Boise, Idaho. You will see these big pickup trucks driving around with "Don't Tread on Me" flags and Trump flags. And I can tell you, that is not people who were born and raised in Idaho. It is people who have relocated here, political refugees from places like California, Washington, Oregon, back east, people who are relocating here because they want to live somewhere safe. They want to be able to take their children to the park, feel comfortable sending them to school, and be able to walk around in their communities wearing hats like this one that says Jesus is my savior and Trump is my president, and not have to worry about somebody abusing them. And that is exactly what Meridian, Idaho is. It is full of an amazing community of people who respect your values and your beliefs and have pride of ownership for their homes, you name it. As I dig deeper into the pros and cons of living here, I will help you understand and paint a better picture of exactly what it is I mean about the reputation versus reality. So let's start with location. Location is a major pro, in my opinion, and as far as appearances are concerned, can come off like a con to many people. What do I mean by that? So, Meridian, Idaho is smack dab in the middle of all of the suburbs of Boise, Idaho. From any direction, you are 15 to 30 minutes away from Eagle, Idaho, Boise, Idaho, Kuna, Idaho, Nampa, Idaho, Middleton, Star, Eagle, Idaho, Garden City. You have great access to the freeway from most parts of Meridian, Idaho, which is not something that you will get if you relocate to Eagle or Star or Middleton. And typically, what happens is people have this idea that they want to relocate to Idaho and homestead or live out on some land or be free of HOAs. So when they see that Meridian, Idaho is right in the heart of everything, they are shy to even research relocating to Meridian, Idaho. But I can tell you, I get many of phone calls from people who go, Rachel, I just had no clue how much of my life I would be living in Meridian, Idaho once I relocated somewhere else. I really wish I just bought a house there to begin with. What our team does is we sit down on a Zoom call with you and your family, and we really get to know what it is that you want as far as your lifestyle is concerned. And we really help pick what locations we think are best for you and your family based on what you want your day to day to look like. It is so important when you are considering relocating here that you shoot us a text, write us an email, or give us a call so that we can really sit down and have those important conversations with you. As helpful as as YouTube is and how there's so much information in the community groups and all the other people who are making content online, there is just no value like sitting down and discussing the details of you and your family. So, the location, hands down, number one location. I first moved to Boise, Idaho, then Star, and I am in Eagle, Idaho, right on the cusp of Meridian, Idaho. Many people think that my address is Meridian, and I absolutely love my location. Literally, part of my neighborhood is Meridian, Idaho. And let me tell you, it is absolutely convenient. And something I super duper love is that not only am I in the heart of the suburbs right next to everything, I am also surrounded by farmland. Both things are very true. The location is awesome, and you can definitely have your cake and eat it too if you relocate to Meridian, Idaho, looking for that country bumpkin lifestyle with all the access of the suburbs. The next pro is also a con for many people, but that pro is cost. So, housing prices have skyrocketed over the years because Meridian, Idaho is so popular. But you will get much more bang for your buck in Meridian, Idaho with that zip code than you will if you relocate to somewhere like Eagle, Idaho or Boise, Idaho. The housing is more affordable in Meridian, but the sticker shock is still very real for many people who considered relocating here years ago, who saw those house prices years ago compared to what they are now. So when I say Meridian, Idaho, there is a lot of variety. There are new homes, old homes, homes on property, townhomes, patio homes, 55 and up communities, you name it. Not all parts of Meridian, Idaho are created equal, and not all of them look and feel the same. It's pretty spread out, and that cost can drop significantly or go up significantly, but it still will not be anything like what you're going to pay in somewhere like Eagle, Idaho. The exact same house from the exact same builder in a Meridian zip code is going to cost much less than it will in Eagle, Idaho. It's just the reality, and you can really stretch that dollar. So the cost of living is excellent. Another thing that is excellent in Meridian, Idaho is irrigation water. Most of the communities in Meridian, Idaho come with irrigation water, and you are able to water your lawn with that and keep it green all summer long without your water bill increasing. And there are many parts of Eagle, Idaho where people relocate to a beautiful home in these HOAs and they think, I am going to get irrigation water just like everyone else, only to find out that not only does their HOA require them to maintain a green lawn, they are going to have to pay four, five, $600 a month in the summer to do that because they do not have irrigation water. In general, most of Meridian, Idaho has irrigation water, but again, you need to give us a call, shoot us a text, or write us an email because you don't want to end up relocating to one of the communities that might not have that available to you. And let me tell you, if you're moving to Idaho, why not get all of the things that you wished you had in California and other places, which is just access to water and freedom to use water and not have these astronomical bills every month when you do use those things. Another con of Meridian, Idaho is the construction and growth. It is obnoxious and annoying. The construction is everywhere. There's traffic because of the construction. There is traffic because of the growth, and it can be very, very frustrating. But this is no different than the entire rest of the Treasure Valley. And something that I enjoy sharing with people is that while there is a lot of construction here, you see the fruits of the labor. I will never forget when I lived in other cities and the construction seemed to be never ending, and I never saw the fruit of anyone's labor. It seemed like the same road in my childhood that had construction Still had construction happening in my adulthood. It just seemed like projects were never ending and we never got to enjoy the new road or the retail or what have you. Here, I don't know what it is, but they get in and they get out. And then we get to enjoy these new expanded roads or new office spaces or businesses. It's pretty cool. Speaking of businesses, just piggybacking off of that quickly, this is not in my notes. If you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, we are the least regulated state in the nation. And it is absolutely amazing the people who are relocating here to open businesses, how quickly they can get those up and running, and how little cost it is to run those businesses, and how much we need your business, especially things in the service industry. So if you want to start a business, please consider relocating here because we definitely need your services and you will get so much support from the community. Another pro is that the school districts are desirable. Now, if you yourself are coming here to retire or you don't have kiddos and you don't think you are interested in the school districts at all, let me tell you, it will help maintain the value of your home. So it is important to relocate to an area that has good school districts. Quickly for the families, I get a lot of questions about whether or not they need to worry about sending their kids off to a public school in Idaho the same way that they feel they need to worry in California. At the end of the day, the schools are still government run, and you still have to be a protective parent when it comes to woke ideologies. I think the biggest difference is that most of the people working at the schools have similar values to you, and the community definitely does. So the community comes together and fights against woke ideology, and your kiddos are typically going to be surrounded by people who are more like-minded to you and your family. That being said, there are tons of charter school options here, amazing private school options in Meridian, Idaho. And there is a massive homeschool population full of co-ops and community support, and the state will even help pay for those homeschool options. It is absolutely amazing. So, those desirable schools are a really big deal. Another con is the cost of some of the services. So, I mentioned starting a business here is something that I want to encourage you to do because we need those businesses. In the meantime, because we are lacking on some of those services like a hair salon, people are surprised at how much it would cost them to get a haircut here versus California or Seattle or any other place. They assume that because it's Idaho and the cost of living is less, that they're going to pay less for their services too. But because we are in such need of service industry providers, people are able to charge quite a bit more. So you'd be pretty surprised to see what it costs to have your yard landscaped or get your hair colored. It's quite a bit more than you will be expecting. Another pro of Meridian, Idaho is a pro that you will find really throughout most of the suburbs here. You have everyone with pride of community. It is very, very clean, very safe, and panhandling is illegal in Meridian, Idaho. You're not going to find people sleeping on the streets, and you won't be looking over your shoulder when you take your family to the park. It is just absolutely refreshing when people come and visit and explore Meridian, Idaho, and find that they really truly are able to live a nice, easy life. Another pro is the HOAs. So, HOAs, other places, I get it, they have a really bad rap. But here in Meridian, Idaho, the HOAs are great. They're built-in communities for you and your family, or if you're retired, it's an amazing way to make friends. It is something that organizes community events. So parades, golf cart parades, pickleball competitions, Halloween get-togethers, potlucks, you name it. They're wonderful. And typically the HOAs are very, very low cost, and they're really just there to maintain the green space. In Idaho, when a builder is building a home, they're required, or a home, a community, they are required to leave a certain amount of green space within that community. So typically that's what the HOA will maintain. I get a lot of people who ask me if the HOAs maintain the snow, and the answer is no, that's your responsibility. And there are parts of Treasure Valley, Idaho. And for those of you who don't know, Treasure Valley, Idaho is Boise, Idaho, and the surrounding suburbs. So, Meridian, Idaho is part of the Treasure Valley, where you are by law required to plow the snow off of your sidewalk and have it free and clear of snow and ice. If you are someone who is physically unable to clear that snow, let me tell you, your neighbors will go out and do it for you. And even if you are able to, if you don't get up early enough, chances are someone else in your neighborhood would probably have already plowed that snow for you. Another really big pro of living in Meridian, Idaho is the shopping. It is so much more simple to shop in Meridian, Idaho than it is in other parts of the Treasure Valley. Everything is so centrally located. You can do back to school shopping, grocery shopping, go to any of your big box stores, as well as small community businesses, all right here in the heart of Meridian, Idaho. When I lived in downtown Boise, I would actually drive to Meridian, Idaho to shop. We also have one of the largest water parks in the country. We've got rock climbing facilities. I mean, you name it. If you're looking for something to do or to go shopping or anything, chances are, depending on where you live in the Treasure Valley, you're probably going to be driving to Meridian, Idaho to do that shopping. What a lot of people are not aware of is the lack of shopping that we just kind of have overall in the Treasure Valley. We don't have a Nordstrom. We don't have a ton of fancy stores. We're kind of like your Old Navy, Target, which a lot of people have stopped shopping at Target. It just your simple everyday stuff, nothing super fancy. People will shop online for that. And what I really appreciate about it is I just don't feel like there's a lot of keeping up with the Joneses energy out here. A lot of people come here and they don't miss Nordstrom anymore. And you see a lot more jeans and t-shirts with flip-flops and people just enjoying community and one another. And to me, community is probably the biggest pro outside of our freedoms of living in Meridian, Idaho, because everyone here is looking to do life together and looking to maintain those freedoms and be able to worship our creator and vote for the people we want to vote for and be able to openly discuss those things. And we are safe to do so in Meridian, Idaho. But with all of the variety, I don't want you to end up in the wrong place in Meridian, Idaho. So please, if you're considering relocating here, do not hesitate. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or write us an email. We've got your back when relocating to Meridian, Idaho. Be sure to check out this video for more information. And until the next time, be blessed.